Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday Live Dharma. My name is Sean, and before we start our live streaming, I was in deep samadhi for 10 minutes. I felt like I'm in the forest in deep meditation, like you are greeting each other in far, whispering to your friends, and mindful steps to your cushions. It's like I could feel caring and honoring energy of you to our fellow Dharma friends and this place and community. I could feel the beauty and power of community this morning. Thank you. Today, let us begin our practice together by reading the Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice on page 11. Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. Let us turn a self-serving mind into a mind that serves the good of all. Now let's prepare our bodies for meditation with some gentle stretching. Please stand up behind your mats, and Lars will guide us.
Good morning, friends. Good morning at home. Let's make sure we have enough space, especially in the back. If you want to scoop up a little bit and make sure your neighbor beside you has enough space. And please make sure you just do as much or as little as your body and your energy allows. For now, let us just stand in a Wuji-bu. Our feet are about hip-width apart. And we're going to find our dantian, our breathing center. Our knees are slightly bent. Our shoulders are relaxed. Chin is pointing downwards, relaxed. Imagine you kind of sit on the corner of a bar stool. So drop your hips. And just breathe into your dantian, into your breathing center. About 4 to 5 seconds. Deep breath in. Expand that belly. And 4 to 5 seconds breathing out. Drop your hands. Now breathing in, our arms come up, our hands come up like they float on water and they're bringing up once we are parallel to the ground. Start breathing out, turn them over, and start squishing your palms towards your face. And imagine like you're having a beach ball, you're squishing between your hands and your face. And then we're breathing out. We look in and our gaze falls into the sky. And then we bring in our hands, tension. And breathe in, release the tension. And breathe out. Drop your hands. Breathing in, our hands come back up. And this time, let's drop our left hand. And the other one just opens up to the side. We follow our gaze. We're breathing in, we're switching sides. Come back to the center, we're passing our hands. The other hand drops down. And one more time to the other side, breathing in, switch hands. This time look 80 to 90% to the other side, looking at your palm. And breathe in, switch hands and sides. And one last round, breathing in, switch hands. And pass one more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Bring our hands back in front of us, like you're holding a ball. Drop the ball straight to the ground. And imagine we're going to continue the circle upwards in our spine. Lift your elbow and your shoulders and drop them back down. And we start circling. Breathing in on the way up and breathing out on the way down. Breathe in and out. Switch. Breathe in, out, in. Now let's catch Qi high. Let's sink in our knees a little bit more. Catching Qi high right below our dantian. We're breathing in. We coming up in our knees. Imagine you're hugging a big tree, and then drop the energy back down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Hold an energy ball in front of us. Switch hands. The bottom hand comes up, goes straight up to the sky, and the other hand pushes straight down. Push heaven, push earth, and then we switch sides. Breathing in. Switch hands. Stretch your wrist, make them parallel, and really push, 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 and breathe in. And when breathing out, we stretch, 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 and hold that tension. And drop, switch. And drop, switch. And drop, switch one more time. Okay. Let's hold the energy ball back in front of us. Let's make our arms parallel to the ground. Lock down your hips. Everything below your hips locks down. We just twist our torso. Breathe in, and we move into the side where our elbow points on the top. Breathing in. And we only turn a little bit. And then we switch our hands. Twist to the other side. Switch hands. And turn to the other side. Switch hands. Don't forget to breathe. Switch hands. Switch hands one last time. And now we come back to the front. Imagine you're holding a big basketball. Drop the basketball to the ground. And now imagine we're pushing an imaginary wall behind us. We're stepping out with one of our legs. And we hit our heel. And then we bring our hands forward. And we hit the ball of our foot on the way back. And we switch. Push behind. Step out. Forward and step back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in and out. And now we're going to bring our foot back in front, and we switch feet. Push back behind you. The other one steps out and then steps back. And breathe in and breathe out. In and out. And now we step into the side. The one foot that steps out on the opposite side, we push an imaginary wall to the side like this supports us. And then once we switch sides, imagine our hands wash a big wok. And we switch into the other side. And breathing in, push. And breathe out. In. And out. One last round. Okay, let's make butterfly fists, so light fists, come on our hips. We're going to be having our feet in a V shape. And when we're going to punch with one of our legs, the opposite leg, we're just stepping out. Level 1, okay? Bring back, switch sides. Step out, punch and step out, punch and step out. Level 2, we punch and raise our leg up. Let's do level 3 if you're frisky, and just do a full stretch kick, come back, punch and kick, punch and kick. And one last time. Perfect. Now let me step back a little bit. We're just gonna step forward with one of our legs, empty. We're gonna put our foot down, and then once we transfer the weight, we lean in forward, transfer the weight, and we punch out with the opposite arm. And then we reverse our movement, and we switch sides. Step out empty, put your foot down, translate your weight forward, throw the punch, and then come back. And we switch sides. And one last round. Okay, hands on our hips, a little bit more balancing. And we're going to be raising up one of our legs, and we're going to put the heel down, and then we're going to switch and put our ball down. Raise, heel, ball, heel, ball, heel, ball, switch, and heel, ball, heel, ball, heel, and ball, and switch. Now we'll go from pinky toe, raise your leg, to big toe, pinky to big, small to big, switch sides. Again with small toe, big toe, small, great, void, and fullness. Thank you so much, friends, for joining us this morning. Make sure you have enough space. Maybe we can bunch up, come a little bit forward, and now we will offer 4 bows to the Dharmakaya Buddha, 4-fold grace, either way, kneeling bows or in standing bows. Thank you.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the marvelous gift of nature and the universe. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, the truth of interconnectedness among all beings. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us, protects us, and promotes justice.
Good morning, friends. These days, every Thursday, we do the book club with this book, The Method of Sitting Meditation. And there are 2 pages talking about feeling itchiness in the middle of a meditation. Anyone felt itching sensation? Oh, I see a lot of hands. It says, when first beginning sitting meditation, you may find your face and body feeling itch as if there were ants crawling over you. This sensation is evidence of the blood flowing more actively through the capillaries. Do you know what it is? Capillaries. And be sure not to touch or scratch. When we are sitting still and quietly, we get to have more awareness what's happening in our bodies, in our thoughts, in the environment. And that's one of the benefits. Better awareness, deeply getting to know and getting to see and observe the nature of my body, my thoughts, and how I respond to environment in many different sensory conditions. This simple method of meditation about don't touch or scratch when there is any itching as if ants are crawling. One day, I felt strong crawling something on my neck and back. Suddenly, I felt so fearful. Uh-oh, what's going on? Is there a big bug crawling down on my back? I start to feel anxious, worried. What if there's a real bug and a huge ant crawling on my back? And then later when I checked, nothing happened. So this simple guidance really reminds me personally, we tend to react or reflex, autopilot response. I gotta do something immediately. Make sure there's no ants crawling on my back. Because this is something uncomfortable. It can cause some ant bite, which can be unpleasant. In the middle of a meditation, sometimes you may experience not only itchiness, but your legs feel uncomfortable, your body feels somehow uncomfortable, and sometimes, just sitting here, it's quiet. It's kind of it can be boring, but it can be challenging, and you feel like standing up, walk away. So a lot of a different kind of physical sensation. Yet, be with that friend, be with that discomfort, rather than replying or responding or trying to do something quickly. There is itchiness. Rather than go, if you feel really itchy, slowly move your hands, you can gently touch and down. But can I let go of this reflex response that I gotta do something? And in that way, we cultivate the power of patience and endurance through meditation, which is one of the 10 benefits that come from meditation. Also, as our teacher says, sitting in meditation is such a great mind workout, awareness workout. With the breathing, come back to our breathing again and again, and be aware and alert with any sensation. If possible, without judging, just be with the sensation. Whatever experience you have, the more you focus on your breathing in and out, you may even experience the more stronger, different kind of effects or sensation. Particularly about any itchiness in our bodies, that's good sign that Qi energy flowing, or blood circulation is flowing better. That's wonderful. For the better blood circulation, you don't have to take aspirin or some other medication. This is like a most holistic way to promote our well-being, the good circulation from head to toe. 2 ways in this book suggest by breathing deeply, naturally in and out. And another way is by sitting up tall and high, open your heart and chest, feel your lower back, lumbar 4 and 5. So you're kind of opening up the gate of your spine naturally. Let the tip of tongue rest on the roof of your mouth to gently tuck down your chin, relax. You may softly open your eyes whenever thoughts arise. Let them pass like a wind breeze passing by. Feel the sensation and this beautiful practice of stillness that guides us to inner calm together.
Page 4. 영주. 전지연기와 심정 만사여의 하심통 전지여와 동일체 하여 전지 동심정. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth.
Prayerful world peace.
Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha of fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. 원하옵니다. 간절히 간절히 원하옵니다. 내 손길 닿는 곳, 내 발길 머무는 곳, 내 음성 멸해지는 곳, 내 마음 향하는 곳마다 우리 모두 다 함께 우리 모두 다 함께 성불제중 인연이 되어지라. I wish and pray sincerely and truly, where my hands touch the world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together share a true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings. Sutra Chanting, page 9. 일원상바 One is the realm of samadhi beyond birth and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and laws, the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings, till one manifests as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, till one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, viewed as impermanence, till one unfolds into infinite worlds, to the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the four forms of birth we transform through the six realms of existence, progressing or regressing with grace, arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwansang, the Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan and become one with the nature of Ilwan. This morning, our good temple friend John Miller is going to share his Dharma talk, educating others' children. Let us practice deep listening and warmly welcome John.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to begin by recalling one of the central teachings from the principal book of Won Buddhism, the Four Essentials. These are not lofty ideals, but practical ways of living with awareness and care for others. Master Sotasan called them the essential way of human life. These four essentials are so essential that they even appear in the turtle child. The first is developing self-power. That means not living a life of dependence unless there's truly no other way, such as during infancy, old age, or illness. Wherever we can, we're encouraged to become self-reliant so we can support others who haven't yet found their footing. The second is the primacy of the wise. This doesn't mean following titles or status. It means recognizing wisdom wherever it shows up and being humble enough to learn from anyone who sees more clearly than we do. Then there's venerating the public-spirited, honoring those who dedicate themselves to the greater good and allowing the same spirit to take root in us. And finally, the one I want to talk about today is educating others' children. Most of you have children or grandchildren. You've poured your heart into raising and guiding them. That is sacred work. It's foundational. I didn't take that path. I never had children. And looking back, I think that was probably a good thing. My own childhood was painful in ways I didn't understand for a long time. And if I had tried to raise children without healing those wounds, I'm afraid the same patterns would have been repeated. But in recent years, something softened. A lot of healing happened. And very unexpectedly, I found myself drawn into helping educate other people's children. It wasn't part of any plan. It just started to unfold. I was in the right place with the right resources, and it began. Not through any grand decision of mine. It felt more like something was working through me, and I was just saying yes to it. And to my surprise, it has become my purpose. I'm not talking about the hard job of parenting. I'm not raising children. I'm not dealing with sick days or meltdowns or financial pressure. I don't live with the uncertainty and emotional intensity of family life. I simply have the freedom and a little money to help in another way. This is just one story, just something that arose in my life. Master Sotasan, in the principal book of Won Buddhism, writes about this very topic in chapter 3. He breaks the essential of educating others' children into 3 parts. The principle of educating others' children, the faults of education in the past, and a proposed agenda for the future. He says, if educational institutions are narrowly focused, or their spirit does not transcend the boundary between self and others, then the world's civilization will be held back. That idea, transcending the boundary between self and others, is key. It means not stopping at my child or my family, but extending our care as far as circumstances allow to the children of the world. When Master Sotasan speaks about the faults of education in the past, one line really stands out to me. He writes, wealthy persons without children tried just to have their own child, and failing in that, neglected to have anyone taught. While the poor, despite being eager to educate their own children, could not have them taught due to a dearth of financial resources. I realized that's me. I was someone who never had children, who used to hold tightly to money, and never thought of myself as someone who could or would help in this way. But something shifted, not through effort really, just through grace. A few years ago, I met someone from Zambia. His name is Justin. One day he reached out and asked if I could help fund a small classroom so he could offer trauma healing workshops in his community. I thought it was a one-time thing. But then he sent photos. He told me stories. I saw the faces of people who had come through immense hardship and how this small gesture had touched their lives. And something in me just knew, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. I'd spent years searching for something meaningful to do. Nothing ever quite landed. But this felt different. When I spoke with my financial advisor about retirement, I said, I want to do more of that. Just support people like Justin, however I can. I asked Justin what his community needed most. He said, a primary school. So we built one. I said, I'll fund it, but it's your school. I don't want any control or say in how it's run. My only request is that you name it All is Grace. Because that's what I've come to understand. That phrase, all is grace, wasn't something I came up with. It's something I received here in this temple. In a very real way, the seeds of the school were sown here. This place and this path quietly prepared me to say yes when the moment came. Construction started in early 2024. The school opened that July. It now serves 95 children. Children who had no access to education, no structured care during the day while their mothers search for daily work, and little hope of escaping the trauma cycles of poverty. This school is giving them a chance to break that cycle. It's planting the seeds of a different future. Right now, though, the school is at capacity. 95 students is as far as my own support can stretch. And while I'm deeply grateful for that, the need is far greater. There are more children waiting and more families hoping. So in the spirit of expanding the effort, as Master Soto-san encouraged, I've started a small non-profit called All is Grace Community Partnership Initiative. Its purpose is simple: to create a channel for others if they feel moved to walk alongside this work and help the school grow in a sustainable way. Not because bigger is better, but because when education is rooted in care and offered freely, it can reach across the boundary between self and others and make a lasting difference. Master Soto-san writes, we should help all educational institutions as best we can in order to educate even others' children as if they were our own, whether we have children or not, and as far as our circumstances permit. That's important, as far as our circumstances permit. Not beyond, not with guilt, just with open eyes and an open heart. Some of us are called to raise children, some to teach, some to support quietly behind the scenes, and some of us find later in life that we've been given just enough space and grace to say yes to something like this. So this is my path, and I share it because it helped me understand Master Soto-san's teaching in a new way. In the past, I'd read that section in the Red Book and thought, what is this really about? It seemed abstract, out of reach, but now I see. But you don't have to do something halfway around the world to live this teaching. It's already happening right here in this temple. You only have to look at the Sangha Seedling service last month. It shows the wonderful impact of the children's summer camp that's held here each year. A camp made possible by the love, effort, and presence of so many volunteers. That's educating others' children too. And that's just one example of what unfolds here with children. Not as a program, but as part of the life of this community. Sometimes we reach far, only to discover what's been right under our nose all along. The teaching, educating others' children, is about letting the boundary between self and others grow thin until the love we have for our own children and our own family begins to include someone else's too. And when that happens, even quietly, even once, it has a lasting impact. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I remember you showing us photos of Joshua and then kids and teachers there with the happiest smile, and when you are before and after going to Zambia. And you may not be there in Zambia all the time, but by visiting and listening to their stories and supporting them afar, you've shown a deep sense of care and responsibility, and I'm truly moved by that. Thank you. And as I listened to your talk, I was reminded of other Won Buddhist 교무nims around the world who are also educating other children in places like Himalaya, Ladakh, and Delhi in India, Pokhara, Kathmandu, Lumbini in Nepal, Battambang, Phnom Penh in Cambodia, Bangkok in Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, as well as Swaziland and several temples in South Africa. So I really like that educating other children is about expanding our circle of care and just doing what we can where we are. And by doing that, we help build a better and more equal world. Thank you, John, for the beautiful reminder. Now let's have a moment in silence moment of contemplation in silence for a few seconds. Now, friends at home, you are invited to pause and reflect on Joan's talk, and also welcome to share your comments in the live chat. We really appreciate any words or thoughts shared in our live chat room. And friends here in the Dharma Hall, please pair up in small.
This one's a little harder to do.
Educating children is such an important value in Won Buddhism community. If you ever visit Korea, there are also many alternative schools for the children who are kicked out from regular school, and creating very embracing programs, including one of the boarding school for those children who ran away from North Korea. And I feel honored that I had opportunity to work closely with Mother Reverend Park, who really built so many schools, including that. And also there are many times that I had to pack clothing with the big tapes with this robe, just packing and packing to send the warm blanket and clothing to children and family in Ladakh, Himalaya. So I appreciate that opportunity that I worked closely with really the just amazing mother, who is kind of a icon of a bodhisattva of a worldwide reach. And it's so nice to hear John's sharing, and it reminds us that there are so many people in this world who care, just simply care about the future of children. Whenever we talk about children, I see so many smiles. I feel that the kind of loving, sweet energy from every of you. Each time when we talk about children, that much we do care about children. Thank you, John, and all the friends who contribute your heart and resource to help promote the opportunities for children's education. If today's Dharma Talk touched your heart, you may wish to support the children at All Is Grace School in Zambia. We are collecting gently used clothing and shoes that children there have outgrown. If you'd like to learn more and take part with any other means and ways you'd like to help, please speak with John after the service. And there is also a more brochure out there available for you to learn more about that. Speaking of children, next Sunday we have a children meditation right at the residence at 10 a.m. And we have more announcements too.
Thank you for practicing with us this morning in person and through live streaming.
This afternoon, you're invited to join us at our Sister Raleigh Temple for more mindfulness and peace. The meditation session begins at 4 p.m.
Our intro class to Buddhism and Won Buddhism will be held on Saturday afternoon, September 13th, here in Chapel Hill. This is a good opportunity to learn the essential teachings of both traditional Buddhism and Won Buddhism.
For those who have already taken this class and would like to explore more, Reverend Won Gong is offering a new intermediate level class on Saturday, September 27th, Won Buddhism 201. A closer look. You can sign up for these classes on our website.
Last call. In the first week of August, our Teens 2-night retreat will be held. Registration will close this evening, and just so you know, I'm teaching how to make Korean kimbap. So if you're interested and you're a teen, please come.
Also, in September, our young adult half-day retreat will be on Saturday afternoon on September 20th.
During Labor Day weekend, we are also hosting an overnight happiness retreat for grown-ups at the Chapel Hill Temple.
From your generous Dana offerings this past week, we collected $2,400 to help support families at a local apartment complex in Chapel Hill who lost everything in the recent storms and floods. Thank you so much for your kindness.
Now, let's turn to page 13 to bless one another with our morning prayer song.
Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today, full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today, gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today, making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world.
I want to say hello to those friends who joined us through live streaming. Daniel, Lara, Lauren, Cynthia, Heidi, Polly, Pamela, Filippo. And we have Be a Good Human. That's the name. Let us be a good human. And we have Benjamin, Michael, Lee, Karen. Thank you, all those friends. And there are more friends who probably could not leave their greetings in our live chat. Thank you. Let's give big waving hands through our little camera. Thank you for practicing with us. See you next week.